Hello there, welcome back to Home Mystics. It has been a while, I know. Yeah, when I started this channel, I wasn't even sure if I was going to continue. I wasn't sure how often I was going to post. I started out in December 2023 and I posted like twice a month. I did that for, December, January, February, March. April, I think in May, I tried posting weekly, and then life happened. Yeah, things happen. There was an event that I had to organize with a group of wonderful people, the Proud event in Cologne, and business was, there was so much to do business-wise, shops that I had to decorate and all that stuff. So I was kind of busy and I found myself having little time to record. So I just had to sit down and have a conversation with myself and evaluate what has happened in the past few months since I started this channel. And I came to the conclusion that I will, for the moment, post twice a month because that's like the most realistic, the most convenient thing for me to do right now. And and there were so many things that I noticed again during the phase where I had like a lot to do. And that's what this channel is really about having things prepared, things put in place so when hard times kick in, things don't go completely out of hand, okay? So in this video, I want to share my thoughts and some inspiration with you on areas of your home that you may need to declutter often, or that you may want to keep under control so that when things go wrong or things get too much, that you kind of like have some kind of control still. When these areas are sorted out, you will be less likely to have too much of a mess. I'm not saying they're going to save the day. I'm just saying these are areas and things that you can do to kind of like support you when things are not really moving that slow. Why did I just say slow? When things are not moving, when things are not working out right. That's what I meant to say. And some of these areas are also areas that we forget about, but they can cause problems and stress if we do not understand them and if we do not update them regularly. Others are necessary to save us time, and some will support us in staying healthy. Now, I'm not suggesting that you tackle all of these things at once and get them organized today. I just want you to be aware of them. Maybe you can start with one area, and once you finish that one, you go into the next one. And I'd kind of like you to call this way of doing things category organizing. Category organizing is managing all items that belong to one particular group or area that you're working on. It means decluttering and organizing and making sure the process is completed efficiently and successfully before you go on to the next project. I'm very sure I'm not going to list all of the things that you should constantly keep under control in your home, but these are just a few that are very simple actually, but sometimes they can save you the extra 2 minutes that you need to get to work on time or to hand in a project, or you know what I mean. I think what also helps to keep the clutter under control is working on defining ourselves and the way we do things. By deciding that you are someone who wears this type of jewelry, or you are someone who uses this types of spices, you will be setting standards and boundaries. okay, or I am someone who uses these types of skin products, these types of cleaning products. This won't make the clutter go away. It won't make the clutter problem go away, but it would help you to keep it under control. It would also keep your eyes from wandering when you go shopping. I mean, you can still look at things, but it will help you look at things with a different gaze, with a satisfied feel, without wanting to have everything that you see. And this is where organizing your home also becomes organizing your life. You start dealing with things and making decisions and wisely, and that will make life so much more easy. Okay? It is important to regularly take time to organize these categories, because it doesn't only clear out your physical space, but also it clears your mind. And they're nothing serious, by the way, but it's just, it helps a lot. The first one that comes to mind is jewelry. You think, oh, jewelry. But you know, if you dress in the morning and you start looking for like an odd piece of earring, that's going to cost you time. And you might get to where you're supposed to go late, or you end up going there looking a mess, not like how you would have wanted to look. One reason why we need to have a lot of time to take care of our jewelry is because we tend to have a lot of jewelry. Jewelry sometimes has a sentimental value, making it difficult to part from them. And another reason why we tend to have a lot of earrings, a lot of jewelry, a lot of necklaces is because our tastes change over time, and this leads to an accumulation of items, unworn items. And because jewelry is typically small and easy to store, it is also easy to overlook the need to declutter it. We just dump them maybe in one container, which is already good enough. Actually, instead of having them all over the place, if you have them in a container, that's already like one step towards making things easier, because you will know where to look for an item, a piece of jewelry when you're looking for it. And sometimes also jewelry breaks and pieces fall off, but we still keep them, hoping that, you know, we'll be able to fix them someday. And yeah, so I suggest you don't plan any major decluttering stunts on the day that you're going to focus on your jewelry. Depending on how much you have, it may take a lot of time, because, you know, pairing the earrings or detangling the necklaces or polishing a piece or two may take time. So that's something you might want to consider doing in advance. Another thing that you might want to declutter or check that they're all in order are your beddings. The beddings, get rid of the odd and unwanted ones, the ones that are just making your closet, your linen closet, look like it's packed full, where you have to pull everything apart to get to a proper set of beddings. Go through your cabinet, please, and get rid of the pieces that you don't need. Remember, sometimes some pieces can be used as rags for spills and whatnot, so maybe you should put those somewhere separate, and just make sure you keep what you really need. No single odd pieces. And don't have 10 sets of beddings if you only have one bed. So you've got to be mindful there. Put the matching ones together, fold them up, and whether you stack them, whether you roll them up, that's up to you, what you think is the best method for you. As I always say, I'm not really here to teach you any hacks or methods on how you can fold your stuff and hang your stuff up. I just give you the knowledge and the science behind the whole thing, why it is important to keep your things in order, what technique you end up using to fold your items. That's up to you, because there's so much to choose from, okay? So it is important to have your beddings in order, because we have so much sometimes, it's so easy to overlook the need to declutter these items, okay? Another thing is medication. Medication Listen, I suggest you have a medicine cabinet or a drawer or a container, basket where you store various medications. Some people will have them divided into small little categories, and some people are absolutely fine with just having them in one container. You decide what's best for you, and that's what holistic is all about you getting to know yourself more and know the season of life you're in, and decide what's best for you at this particular time. If you, for example, have toddlers and teenagers in the same home, you might want to separate the medication that you give to the toddlers from the teenagers, or maybe from your parent that you're taking care of, so that there won't be any confusion. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. But the aim is to have everything organized in the way that they're easy to access when you need them, so there's no mix up, so you don't have to go around looking under piles to find what it is that you need. So look for a system that serves you best. And sorting out your meds is very important, because sometimes it can be life-saving, okay? Life-saving. Again, find some time when you're not in a rush, when your mind is clear. Collect all your meds from all over your home, even in the car. Go through them, get rid of the expired, unnecessary medications that it's taking up space. Then find a system to store them in a way that it's easy for you to access and put them away. Okay, and you might even want to have a cheat list. I used to have that as well, and I don't need it any longer because I know what is. But at some point, I had like a list in my medicine cabinet for babysitters or for everyone else, for the teenagers, so they could know what medication is for, and how much of it they should take. Okay. Another thing we want to try and maybe focus on is, of course, our kitchen, but particularly the spices, because when you're in a rush and things are busy in life, you want to be able to grab and just really like cook really quickly. And this also applies to your refrigerator and your deep freezer. But today I want us to focus on our spices and the spice rack, because the thing with cooking is that new recipes call for new and different spices, and that makes your spice collection keep on growing and growing and growing over time. And sometimes we might not even need these particular spices again until we decide to make that same dish again, which might be even in months or once a year, or maybe even never again. And also because spices are used in such small quantities, they can last a long time, and we might forget to check their freshness. So over time, this can lead to a cluttered, full spice rack filled with spices that we don't use or that are not fresh anymore. So I think with time, after this has happened to you many times, you should get into the habit of trying to use another spice in place of the one that's in a certain recipes, one that you already have at home. So it's about economizing or what's the word I'm looking for? It's for being creative. You have to be creative and compromise. I know it doesn't always work with all recipes, but most times you can get away with using something else, or sometimes even nothing in the place of what it is that you're supposed to use. Another thing in the kitchen that gets in the way are the old, scratched, bent pots and pans and cookware that are just no good anymore. Cookware can take a good beating over time. I don't know why we hold on to these old damaged pots. Well, actually, I do know why. Out of habit, and because we think they might still be useful. And these pots and pans, and if you have too many of them, can clutter up your kitchen storage, and they may even make cooking your food more difficult, and it's not even safe. So you should get rid of them. The old, unusable ones and scratched ones, and organize the few that you choose to keep sensibly. There are plenty of storage and organizing systems out there, whether you hang them from part rails or against the wall, or hanging from I don't know, the ceiling, or you can stack them, store the lids separately. Whatever it is that you see that is more practical for you and easy for you to maintain. Just make sure you only keep what you need. It will make life so much easier to maintain. Another thing is your makeup. Of course, you want to look fresh and nice when you leave the house in the morning, get dressed quickly. It is like every time I go to the beauty store, I feel like I discover new makeup and new brands, and it is so easy to buy and have an accumulation, a large collection of products that we don't really use. We've got to be honest, you know. And because makeup has a limited lifespan, it is important to declutter regularly to avoid using expired products that can cause eye irritations or skin irritation as well. Makeup can last anywhere between 4 months to 3 years. So it is important to know which products last long and which ones don't. General rule of thumb is like mascara and eyeliner are 1 to 6 months, blush 1 to 2 years, powder 1 to 2 years, I think eyeshadow 2 years. So when you're organizing your makeup, check the dates and see if you can still use them at all, and make smart decisions. Give those things away that you know you're not going to use anymore. The idea is just to have what you need. Make it as simple as possible. My trick to not having too much makeup is falling in love with one brand or two, maximum of 2 brands, and making sure I only buy from those 2 brands. I don't try other brands. I go and I look. I may test upon something in the store. I might sniff on them and smell them, but I know what brands I like, and those are the brands that I will stick to, and that will prevent me from overbuying or having a whole range of items that I most probably will not end up using. The same goes for body lotions and shower gels and facial creams and sun blockers. And you know, the more you have, the more difficult it is in the morning, or when you're about to leave when you're doing your facial routine, to go through the whole range of products. We often buy new products to try or get these to get them as gifts, and end up with a collection of half-used bottles or unused bottles and tubes. So, you know, if you're decluttering, maybe you can pour the ones that are not going to cause an explosion together, so you have less bottles, and throw the empty cans away. But this can clutter up the bathroom storage, and many products have also a limited shelf life, so look out for that as well. And also really try and work towards being mindful of what you buy. Another thing, obviously, are the cleaning supplies. I had a really rough couple of weeks, and cleaning was like something that I just did on the side. There was like dust everywhere, and I just needed things to go quick. And I am so happy that my cleaning caddy or my cleaning products are well organized, so that I could just grab them and go over things really quick. These are typically stored out of sight and in cupboards or behind closets, making it easy to forget about them. It is important to sort them out and don't have like 10,000 bottles, okay, of the same thing. And when it comes to like the cleaning items, the specific special cleaning items, like the ones for like wood, or maybe you have something specific for marble, yeah, it's important that you keep these ones put together, okay, in some kind of container, some shelf where you can easily see them, because these are the items that we go back out again and we buy because we our cleaning closet is so full, we don't really look at the very back, and that's where usually these products are kept. We go back and buy new ones, and I just think it's extremely wasteful to buy a new product that you use once in a while, and you know, to have 2 bottles of it is a waste of time, a waste of space, and a waste of money as well. So those are the things like the wood cleaner, silver polish, carpet cleaner. Make sure you have those like put together where they're clearly visible, so you don't have to keep buying new ones, thinking that you don't have any. Yeah, that's something really important as well that can help you when things are very stressful. So I hope I was able to give you some inspiration and some ideas of how you can, you know, declutter and set up some areas in your home that might need attention. I know there are many, many more areas that you would want to take care of when you before you get to the point where things are going up and down in life. So beware of these areas. For you, it might be your bedroom, or it might be your refrigerator, because all these spaces can support you. Them not being in order, them not being organized, will rob you of precious time, precious energy, and a lot of times money as well. So I hope I was able to give you some information and some inspiration. Please be free to come back again when I post another video in 2 weeks. Press the thumbs up button, leave a comment, ask me any question you like, and share this video with a friend or family or whoever you think might want to listen to it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.